Hi, I'm Glenn Stein, owner-broker of Realty Executives in the Villages. It's April 10th, it's Friday, and week by week things are changing very, very fast. And I wanted to give everybody kind of an update as to what to look out for, moving forward. I think that was one thing I wanted to accomplish, but also wanted to give you an update as to what's going on in the marketplace. So we'll tackle that first. I think that for the last couple of weeks, we really can't sugarcoat it. Like things aren't, oh, they're amazing and they're incredible. No, look, things are down because of the coronavirus, because of what's happening around the country, and people are fearful and people are scared. And then there's certain people that are not fearful and they're not scared, and they know that they're going to be retiring and they're going to be moving, and they're still doing those things. One thing we are doing, we're still essential in the state of Florida, which basically means we can work. And it also means we have a responsibility to be safe, make sure we are following safe practices in cleaning and making sure that things are happening to really protect our clients, our sellers, and our buyers, of course. To give you an idea of what's happening update-wise, market-wise, we're looking at 319 actives right now, active properties, and we're really just talking about the villages itself, right? Like we also handle some areas around the villages, but mostly our focus is definitely the villages. So that's slightly up from about 30 to 60 days ago, just a little bit, just a few percentage points up. Not tremendous growth, but we are also seeing at the same time, we're seeing some properties being taken off the market. We call that TOM, or temporarily off market, which means that people are wanting to sell, but we want to take a time out, and we're not sure that we want to sell in this environment. So when it's safer, we'll put it back on the market. And we've had 20 of those over the last, actually currently there's 20 temporarily off the market. Another indicator to look at is obviously pending properties, and we've got 145 pending properties, meaning there are 145 properties that somebody put it on the market, and somebody was interested in enough, and they put in an offer and it was accepted, and they're heading towards closing. So that's pending properties currently under contract but haven't closed. So that's a pretty significant number. I still feel like that's a little bit lower than what we're accustomed to, and I think that's par for the course right now. Very understandable that the market should be affected. Showings right now are significantly down. I would say at least 60 to 70% down as far as the number of showings we're getting on our listings, meaning there is some traffic as far as people wanting to look at homes, but it's certainly not anywhere near what it normally would be this time of April. Even though it's after season, we still would have significantly more traffic than what we're getting now. But at the same time, there is still some traffic. There's still some deals being done. Some properties are being shown safely. Some properties are being put under contract, and people are coming to closings. We had 864 closings so far this year. And it'll be interesting to see in the next 3 weeks how many closings we have at the end of April and at the end of May. I think we are going to see some impact in April, but that's that's part of the leading indicator. The lagging indicator is going to show that we're running a little bit behind, or a lot behind. I think we're in May, and we'll probably see some impact in the month of June. Typically, many people may not know this, but typically 1 of 2 months in the summer is typically the highest closing month in our area. For the last couple of years, it's either been June or July as far as the highest closing month. And that typically means that we're getting a lot of showings in April and May, and obviously that's not happening to the same rate. So just kind of give you an update as to what to look out for moving forward. I suspect it's going to be like this for the next probably 30 to 45 days. I think we're going to see an uptick in showings sometime in the mid to latter part of May, and then of course then June, and it'll just increase from there. And then of course closings, our quote unquote spring market is going to be kind of delayed. So it's not going to be happening now when it should be. It's probably going to be happening more towards the summer. That's what we're That's what I'm expecting to see. Also, another number to look at is we've also had 57 expired listings, which is a pretty significant number. We don't see a lot of expired listings typically, but definitely more expired listings right now than we've had before, which means not terribly surprising either, since we've had a drop off in the number of showings. The other couple of things that we're noticing, some metrics to notice, and I think this is also slight encouragement. I'm not going to jump up and down and say this is a fabulous opportunity, a fabulous market, and I'm not going to tell you that this is 2008 where the market is collapsing, and I think it's neither, right? Like, it's somewhere in the middle. Nobody really knows what's going to happen, but based on what I'm seeing and just experience and just paying attention to things, I think it's a tough market, but I think it's a temporarily tough market. And two metrics that I'm seeing right now that I think really make a big difference. Number one, we're seeing a lot more improvement, a lot more traffic on our online lead sources, meaning that people are looking and shopping online, doing a lot of pre-shopping online. So they're not buying right away, but they're looking and observing and gaining and adding intelligence to their repertoire, so that way when they are going to buy, then they're going to be very educated. So I think that's one thing we're seeing. The other thing we're seeing is we're seeing a lot of activity, not surprisingly, on social media, meaning that people are engaging more, they're home more, and maybe they're just bored. So that could be very well what's happening. But just some encouraging signs, right? But very early encouraging signs. Too early to tell how long this will last. For any questions, if you want a complete market update, if you have any questions of me, Glenn Stein, Realty Executives in the Villages, 352-572-3796, 352-572-3796.